What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome to the Ivy League live stream. If you guys are new here, you're going to learn something today. Hopefully. We're going to make the day. We're going to do the best we can today. I'm going to do the best I can today to not let a trade like yesterday just get shaken out or whatever. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining. We may have I don't know. The type of day I'm expecting, I'm not sure. I think we might just have a sideways type of day. The markets have moved a lot all week. So, if you guys could do us a solid, hit that like button, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. It would help this channel find someone else. Over the weekend, I am going to go back to how I started. I kind of fallen off the tracks a little bit. I kind of haven't looked at the little victories, right, from where we started, where we came from, with nobody here, and I kind of just more so get on myself, just like human nature, right? But thank you guys for joining. If you could, again, hit the like button. It would greatly help the stream out. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. I'm going to go through some trades. I'm going to go through some of the stocks that I'm watching and hopefully help all of us manage risk and make money, right? We're here to manage risk and make ourselves some money. Just trying to get some stuff set up, guys. So I do apologize. I want to make sure everything is fitting correctly, and things like that. So thank you for bearing with me. We do have a squawk box. If it's too loud, if the sound gets too crazy, just let me know. If stuff like that. So thanks for being here. If you guys see the point of this is for us to have a group of traders, right? Because I do this for free, right? All you guys can do is just hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. That's all we ask. So what we're doing here is building a community of traders so that we have eyes around the market, right? We see what the news is, setups, right? We're here to help one another. It's not beneficial to just sit and trade alone, right? Good days, bad days, it doesn't matter. You want to have a group of people behind you to go over trades. I'd like to start going over some trades on mine, yourself, all that stuff. If you guys want to submit them, come on. We'll do a live if you want. If you don't want to come on a live or whatever, we can always just, what was your trade? When was your entry? When was your exit? And we can all talk about it. So we can all become better traders here. Let's talk about the data real quick. PCE came in just about in line with consensus and forecast. The one thing, personal spending month over month, 0.7 versus a consensus of 0.5. Last month was 0.4, okay? Higher for longer. Year over year came in right in line. Core PCE 3.7 versus previously year over year 3.8. So that's not coming down as much as they would like to see, but it is, in line. We have Fed bar, 10 o'clock consumer sentiment. That's going to be big. That should move the markets. Let's make sure that my charts are right. So again, thank you guys for joining. If you guys could just do a solid. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Yesterday, we were short the SPY very early. I got shaken out of that trade, unfortunately, right? I kind of just, I just was thinking in the moped. So I've been doing this for close to 10 years, guys. So the reason I got stopped out is because I had noticed early on the way that this is Amazon. When I see price action, I didn't stick to my plan, right? Where did I get? Oh, right here. And it was like I was using a 1 minute chart. See, you'll see in just a second what exactly I use, what I trade with when I go there. But I need to go over it. I started to get myself green after this trade. I had a red trade, right? I stopped out, small loss. Well, we're down like this. So when I entered, I forget, it was pretty early. It was like right in here, guys, right? So we came in and we rejected pre-market high a day. I should have given it a little bit. Or was it here? It might have been. I forget where I entered. I'd have to look at, let me look at my brokerage. We'll go over the video this weekend and go over it. But what happened is that it moved off of the level, like right here, I think is where I stopped out. Because it hit the level and moved off of it really quickly with volume, not realizing to myself, like, bro, it has not went over yesterday's low of day or even yesterday's close for that matter. It has not exited and closed up here to let me know that we are going higher, right? I stopped out anyway. I didn't follow my game plan because I'm too focused in the moment. So I listened to a doctor last night, right? He does stuff for traders and stuff like that, right? I could share it with you guys. Dr. Steenbarger. I would check him out on YouTube. He's got a lot of good stuff. All right, he's a trader himself, but he's a psychologist. And I listened to it last night, and I think it's going to help me get through today if we get some price movement. Because what happens is like identifying what it is and why you're acting the way you're acting in that time frame, because your idled time in your mind is, you know, the simple logic. And what I usually do will say, listen, if we don't close until we close up here, I'm not stopping out until we start making higher lows above the area that I stopped out. Because yesterday I said it in chat. I said, guys, when we were down here, I said, watch us go back up, put in a double top to come back down. Why didn't I get short again? I got short CRM. All right. The CRM had news a couple days ago. So I was, we were talking about being short tech, but I ended the day red because I had taken another trade and I can't remember what it was. I'm going to have to go back and look. I can't remember what my third trade was, but I had messed up the good that I did with CRM. So let's go into it. What am I looking for today? Today, I want to watch for the low of day yesterday and yesterday's close. If we come in and for some reason we are able to hold the low of day yesterday, then I'm going to look to climb back to yesterday's highs. I would ultimately like to get to that this like 417, 419 area, and I'm going to show you guys in 1 second. I would like to get back up to this area of like 419.50. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I'm on a 15-minute chart. And the screen is fitting correctly, right? Cool. And if you guys could throw in chat, what are you guys watching today, right? We do have some early movers, Rivian, Amazon, obviously, Intel, which I got to go over and chart real quick. But today, I'm just going to watch for yesterday's low and yesterday's high. I would like to see if we can get back to like 418, 420 area. I do want to see if we can test that. If we start breaking yesterday's lows, guys, I'm going to look to get to that 410 area. I'm going to look to get down to 410 and see if we can't start getting some buy volume to step in. We do have some bullish divergence on the 15-minute chart. Okay, you're starting to put in lower highs or higher lows on your MACD and RSI. So we'll see. Listen, the end of the day, selling it's what's going on right now. Stocks are up. Institutions are going to be taking profits. It's okay to get a pullback. It's fine. They're taking profits. It's just we need to find out where are they putting that money when they take profits out. It gets put somewhere else. Where is that going? If it's going into treasuries, then treasuries should come down, right? People are talking about the treasuries. We can watch the dollar. I'm expecting. I want to see if the euro will come down. I don't know if it will. Right, there's a bit of divergence here, especially if it comes down and make a new low in this RSI. Like, this is my box that I'm watching here, okay, to see if this RSI comes here, bumps down here and tries to get, make new highs. If this goes higher, the dollar pulls. That's the dollar pulling back, which is good for equities. All right, let's look at yields real quick, and then we're gonna go over trades. I gotta get my stuff going. There's the 2-year. This is a daily chart. So let's see the 10s, and I could probably guess where the 30s are, even lower. I guess the 30s might be close to red. if not red. I haven't looked yet. They should be. Nope, they're even more green. That's weird. US, just to make sure I did everything correctly. 5448. Okay, so the 2-year, I got it now. So the shorter end of the bond is pulling back now, while the longer end, it's just the short end of the curve is pulling back. Let's see if that helps the market out at all. Oh, let me go see the dollar real quick. Sorry. And these levels with the SPY, and the Qs, you guys want to use them for your trades today, right? Post in chat. What are you guys looking at? And if you could, real time, what is it that you're seeing that's moving? Because we are only one person. We only have 2 eyeballs, right? So as a community, we could come together and, point out relative strength and relative weakness. We called out over 100% trades 3 times this week, guys. Microsoft, SPY yesterday, and there was another one. I forget what it was. All you have to do is manage your position. Right, I come in, I call out what it is that I see. I explain things as the market's going and what I'm seeing in real time. All right, I've been doing this for close to 10 years, so that doesn't matter. You will see, in due time. And I want to thank you guys for being here. And again, think about hitting that like button, because again, it will help the stream find someone that would like to be here, learn, make some money, manage risk, and all that fun stuff. Maybe ask questions. If you have questions, throw them in the chat. If you have stocks you want to chart, throw it in the chat. If you have something you're watching, throw it in the chat. All right, so let's go. I was looking at Rivian. It was up this morning. I was looking for a short on Rivian up here. I put those circles there because if anybody knows, I'd like to get just like pre-market of the day or after hours of the day on these charts, and I don't think you can do it with Thinkorswim. So I think I might go to TC2000, honestly. So we have a major rejection point here. I want to see if we can get a nice pop to yesterday's high, if that's what the SPY is going to do. I don't really know the news of it. Let me go to CNBC real quick because I'm sure it's on there. If you don't know, you can use CNBC to get the, what's moving pre-market. Come on. So, Fed gauge 0.3, and we'll have to look to see what's 7% strong. Okay, you got. Oh, another thing with Amazon Cloud, right? So you're gonna have things like Datadog, Snow, right? Let's look at Amazon right now. All right, we're on a 3-minute chart here. So look at that bounce on Amazon. That's nice. I still have to chart that out. But Rivian, I'm looking for a bounce up at that like 1650. I think it's like 17 area to get short. The 9 EMA, and you're coming into the 9 EMA on the daily and the 200-day moving average on the daily. But Amazon, right? Look at Snow. It's bouncing. Why is Snow bouncing? Why is Datadog bouncing? Because it's sympathies to their cloud business, and this could be a Google incident because Google didn't do well. If you look at Google, they didn't do well at all. And if you look at those stocks like Snow, when Google reported, which was right, I think around here, you see how wicked it is? That's because of the cloud business. Now the market is saying, okay, well, now this is trying to hold yesterday's high. Let's see what happens. If the market doesn't hold, then I don't expect it to hold. And you could look for a short back down to low of day. You have a bit of a, inverse head and shoulders there. It's a little ugly. Not something I would consider a pattern. But this could be just Google related. This could be just a Google thing. Not a Snow thing, not an Amazon thing. Again, if they get a pop, we will look into the earnings. If they're up, it might be a nice shortable opportunity when they do report. I don't know when Snow reports, but it's an idea that I had yesterday. All right, so let's go through the list again. I kind of want to stay focused on like Intel, Amazon, maybe like Tesla, Rivian, and the overall markets. Okay, just because I want to be where there are setups, and if you guys have anything that's setting up really nice, throw it in the chat. Again, I do this to have a place where people can come to get some trade ideas, hang out, trade, and all that fun stuff, right? For free. It's free 99. We just ask you guys to hit the like button. There's a lot of people out there that are just trying to better themselves, and we're trying to build a community here. So thank you for being here, and let's do it. Let's go through the list real quick. Let's go to Amazon and get this charted out. All right. Need to get rid of some of this stuff here. Where are we on intraday chart? Where are we? So we are up at yesterday's high. We're holding yesterday's high right now. All right, it is holding. I think it's going to depend on the overall markets where we go. How did the SPY take that personal spending? We do have Michigan numbers, so watch out. Okay, so we are bouncing. I want to see if we're able to hold yesterday's I want to see if we're able to hold yesterday's low, right, on the S&Ps. I want to see if we can hold it and just try to get a bounce. Try to get somewhat of a bounce, because I don't think you're going to get many people. You can get some selling, but I don't know if you're going to get people to add on the shorts here. They may start trying to take profit into the weekend. Oh my gosh. It's already 9 o'clock. I can't believe this. The stream got messed up this morning, is why I was behind. I mean, we have a lot of news here, guys. Look at all these things moving, right? Rivian, the electric vehicle company, gained 2% after Cantor Fitzgerald upgraded Rivian Automotive to an overweight rating, setting a strong demand setup. Yeah. I'm shorting that bounce. I don't believe that one at all. All right, I don't believe that one at all. Just not with what we're getting ready to come into. It's just I don't think it's the time. That's what you're seeing with Ford. That's why they're not doing what they're doing. Let's go to Amazon real quick. Let's go to I'm going to start with the daily chart. Why do I start with the daily chart? I should actually go to the weekly chart. Let me do this first. So we're holding this area right here. All right, I need to put that there because I want to see where we are. Right, I want to see where we are pre-market. Okay, we're up here. Is that where we're at? I can't even see it. Are you kidding me? Oh, up there. Okay. All right, let's do it. All right, guys, so we're holding the support area. This is a major area of support, key support area for Amazon. If we can continue to hold this level of 125, I want to see if we can get ourselves up into 130, 131. All right, looking for like a $2-3 move. I just wanted to make sure we had any major moving averages or something that I'm seeing. I just, you gotta dot your I's and cross. Whatever it is. I don't know what the hell it's called. I don't know why there's a circle there either. All right, so the 100-day moving average is right here where we're coming into this bear flag. And it's got to hold this level. This is a nice weekly bear flag to get Amazon back down to test this support area 105. We could find it down there. I'm not sure if we do, but if we do, I will be buying if we do retest this level. Because we kind of just tested it and ran. But that's neither here nor there. All right. So and what would happen is if we could get a really nice bounce out of Amazon today, that would put us right back at that 50-day moving average, right? The earnings were decent. I think it's just going to be on the market. The market is selling right now. Does the selling ease up? It's already been sold off into the earnings, and the earnings weren't that bad. The highest I want to see this thing get to, that I expect it to get to, would be up here at like 130, 150. So Amazon 130, 150 will be our target to the upside. 131.50. All right. And we have just give me 1 second. I think you still have trouble up here. You have a gap fill here at 127.50 that we might be looking to reject here, guys. All right. This gap fill is right there at 127.50 area. 27.75. I mean, if you can pull back and hold 124, I got to see what the market does. We got to see what the market does. All right, we got to see what the market does. Let's see here. So we've popped up above this support zone of 124. Right? Does 124? Do we pull back and hold 124? Right? Are we gonna get some dip buys into 124? That's where I would look to see if you want to be long Amazon. I'm just not sure, guys. I think it all depends on the market. I do. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. It's a nice little double bottom there. Yeah, I'm going to keep this area right there. Yeah, I'm going to keep that area right there at 124. All right, so we'll see if Amazon can pull itself back to 124. What did it do pre-market? I don't think it's pulled back there just yet. All right, so it's trying to climb. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure just yet with what I want to do with Amazon. It had good earnings. I will look to be long, but it's just like at what I need to buy the pullbacks. I need to be buying pullbacks. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So you're coming up you have a gap fill up here, and that stands around 128, 128.50, 129 really is your gap fill. Let's see if we can get a 2-3 day bounce into the 50-day. That's where I want to look to take Amazon. Yeah, 129, 128.88 is where I'd like to look to. Let's see, pivot low. Yeah, 129, guys, is the area. 129. It's just the price action is just really. I don't like the chart. I don't like the chart. If I am long this name, I got to be long at 124. All right. If I'm going to be long, I got to look for a pullback to 124. If I don't get a pullback, I will be short. All right. I'm going to be short here. This is the range that I'm playing right here, guys. All right. That's the range I'm going to be playing. It's going to be 129. Yeah, I guess 129. It's just, I don't like this setup. I really don't. I don't like this setup, guys. Support, resistance, breaks it, support, 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 breaks it, resistance. Let's see 129. Amazon 129 resistance. Short to, and this all depends on the market as well, right? It all depends on the market. Short from 129 to 124. It's a $5 move. May not do that all in one day, but that's my plan there. Because what'll happen is we should get ourselves up into that 50-day moving average, up there at like 130, 129. All right. 128.96. Boom, boom. 131. 128. Oh, there is an area right here at 128 that could be a nice rejection area. We'll see. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's just see what happens with Amazon. I will put this level. See, it's like, it's weird. This is what I don't like about this, right? You don't really get there. 128. I'm going to watch 128. 128 to 129. All right, to get a pullback on Amazon. That's my plan. Yes, and that is the support area. And that was resistance. Actually, 128, guys. Yeah. 128 was pre-market resistance. So we're on to something here. We're on to something. And this is becoming resistance now. I'd like to get a short down to 124 on Amazon. Book it. Short to 124. Let's do it, baby. 124. Amazon. You get a bounce to 128, 129 area. We look to get short. Let's see if the markets are going to help us with that. All right. Markets are probably getting ready. No, we still got some time. All right. What else? Intel. What do you guys have? If you guys could, do us a solid. Hit the like button. Subscribe. It would help someone else find the stream that wants to be here to hang out, trade, ask questions, learn, trade ideas, all that fun stuff. All right. SPYs are looking. The S&Ps are looking to bounce. Now, what I'm going to look again at the S&Ps is if we pull it back to yesterday's close, yesterday's low of day, and look to go higher. But let's look to see who is leading, who is lagging, so we know where to be long or what to be long and what to be short. All right? Because that's important. I don't think people really look at the markets like that, and more people should. You need to know what's leading. Is it Dow names? Is it tech? Is it healthcare? Is it banks? JP Morgan. There was news with JP Morgan. They're going to sell a ton of stock. So this could be a play today as well that just came up not too long ago. It popped in my mind, so I had to throw it in there. I probably already have this charted out. Don't know where we're at pre-market. Again, I hate that I can't have pre-market lines on here. If anybody has Thinkorswim and could help me with that, that would be awesome. And that is, what is that? That is having like even just having the lines or something for pre-market data. I hate that I have all these lines on this chart. Amazon has a major support level. You know, you don't really have a major support level until you get down to 130 on Amazon. I think 130 is the target there for, or not for Amazon, but 130 for JP Morgan. All right. Not that you're going to get there in one day. All right, where are we? You have a minor level down here at 135.50 as well. It's more like 135. Come on. You would look at it. It broke the 200-day moving average. You bounced into it. Bang, it's selling off because I guess they knew what they were doing before they did it. 134, we didn't get that. Resistance, support. 134, book it. That's what we're doing. All right, that's what I'm going to be looking for. Got some minor support here also at like 138. But I would look for bounce backs. I would look for bounce backs to 142. I would look for the 200-day moving average is what I would do. But this thing might just sell off right off the bell or leading into it. We'll see. We'll get lucky if they give it to us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a box, and I'll use yesterday's low and yesterday's close as a place to get short. Okay, and why I do this is that it'll show me this on an intraday basis, and I can kind of tell, you know, how the stock moves, whether it's moved on me. But I'll go back and check it. I have the daily chart on my charts, and you'll see that here in a minute when the market starts to open up. All right, so that is JP Morgan. And what is that? Again, I want to see if we get a bounce into yesterday's close or the low. Let's look for a bounce into this low here, right? This pivot low, you have like somewhat of a double bottom here at 139.50. So JP Morgan, 139.50. 139.50 to 140. 139.50 into that 140 area. Short. And what is our target? Our first target. What I'm going to do is take profits when I get if I get a bounce back to this area and we get above it, right? Let's say we get up to like 140 and we start to pull it back. I'm going to take profits when we break the lows, when I start getting them. All right, if we get a bounce back. You guys should know the ATRs. How much does this stock move? Simple. If it's going to be a volatile day, it's very simple. Just go to a chart, right? What do we have here? 140.75, call it 141, 144, $3, right? 141, I said, right? Here's another day. 140.72. So 141, 144, yeah, $3, right? $3 movement intraday. Big long candles here. Like, so I have a $3 volatile day there. This is at 145, 149, $4. So we're looking for like a $3-4 move, possibly from high to low. Know your ATRs. Know how much a stock moves, right? It's important. 139, 139, 142.50, 142.61, 143, $4. So we're looking for a $3 to $4 ATR there, if it gives it to us. 3. From high to low, $3 to $4. Just write ATR 3/4, 250 to 4. How about that? Because it's already made a move. All right. That's what I'm looking for. All right. That's JP Morgan. That's going to be on the list. All right. We'll go through Intel and then we'll go through like Tesla. Let's run through Tesla right now. But yeah, JP Morgan, a bounce to 139.50 is where I would like to take this thing short. If we can get that bounce back. Uh-oh.
Rolling in along with troops clearing out operational headquarters, they say, clearing out some of the anti-tank installations as well. We also know that
it's starting to find a bottom there. I'm trying to hurry up, guys. I'm trying. All right. Let's do this. Come on, I gotta hurry up. 9:14. Let's do this. Settings. Let's just take that off. All right, so there we go. You do have resistance up at 141. I doubt that we get there. Look, it's going to sell off before the market opens, especially if the market starts to sell off. Let's keep our eyes on the market so I can see what's going on. I'm going to look at Intel and Tesla real quick before the market closes. All right, SPY, QQQ. And again, we want to look at the overall markets to see who is the leader. Who is leading, who is lagging, because we will know what positions we want to be in and what direction we want to take that position, as in what the position is, what part of the market, right? What part of the market is going up, what part of the market's going down, right? Energy, GLD selling off. It's kind of double toppy up there, a little double toppy. Oh, hit that, there it is, boom, hit that neckline. Kind of hit it there and sold off, boom. Let's see here. This is a little bit of a resort. All right, let's go. Let's look at Tesla. I missed AMD this weekend and ARM, or this week, unfortunately. I got to get rid of all these lines, man. That's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous that I have that. You have a huge gap up here, which is cool for when the markets turn around. I really like that. All right, guys. Looks like we could be starting to put in a double bottom. I would use your indicators to see, you know, whether that's the case or not. All right. So let's look here. We hit that support zone. What I'm going to look for right here on Tesla is on the daily chart, if we're starting to see any type of divergence, right? You want to start to see divergence. Nope. Kinda. On this low, you know, because it closed green. Not much, though. Not yet. It's too early. It's still trying to find a bottom here. That's a bounce off the 200-day moving average. All right. This level here is 212. I already have the majority of these levels. Again, we have Rivian, JP Morgan, Amazon, and here's Tesla, and then we will look at all right, so here we are coming into the area now. Let me pull up an hourly chart. I can't believe I got shaken out of the SPY yesterday. I after watching Dr. Steenbarger's psychology video, it's a nice little double bottom here. I don't see you do have a bit of well, you didn't make a new low. That's the issue there. It was really nice to watch because it really kind of I feel like it's going to help me today with how I'm going to position myself. All right, so we climbed right up into 214 as our resistance area, which we've been looking for. We've been on Tesla the past few days. All right. Let's see here, guys. So boom. All right, let me pull this up. And I would watch if tech is strong. Don't forget about Netflix. Don't forget about Netflix. It's been a little beast. And Meta's another one. All right, so we are trying to hold this level here. I wouldn't worry too much about these trying to get to yesterday's high. I would look to get back up here to like 215 is where I would look to take it. So yeah, so we're making that pivot low, or that little pivot high end of day 209.50. Yeah, that 209.50 mark, and see if we can't take it to that double top that the market put in. Let's see here. Where are we? And we came up. So we are. Come on, I gotta hurry up. We have 10 minutes, guys. I should be done by now. Alright, so this is. Come on. No.
But at the same time, their cars, I have two Fords, and they gotta start making them better. We've got Farley from the call talking about, in terms of trying to compete in the EV.
We have that 200 day up there to contend with. I don't see a setup here on Tesla just yet. Yesterday's high I would look at for Tesla. I'm not sure. I don't think Tesla's ready to be traded yet until it picks a direction. It's kind of just, it's sitting down here trying to figure out what it wants to do, and it's trying to consolidate. So remember, stocks move in two ways, right? They consolidate, or they have or trend, right? Trend reversals, trend continuation, it doesn't matter, right? The stock will consolidate, move, right? So keep that in the back of your mind. I hope you guys are doing well this morning. I hope I'm ready to make the most of the day today. I'm really ready to try and make some of these points that I listened to last night from Dr. Steenbarger and put them into action today if we get some movement. A lot of things are out of our control. Stick to your plan, right? Here's your stop loss. Unless it's making new highs and closing higher and showing you it's starting to move, like me yesterday, I cannot get myself wicked out because of a quick price action, quick move off of a level. I thought there for a minute the markets were going to try to go higher. The thing is that all it needed was just to break that level. And I'm telling you right now, you just started having shorts trigger, and we could have had a whole different day yesterday, but we didn't. All right, Tesla, let's look for a bounce in here. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? No, PCE was in line. PCE was in line. It was just consumer spending was high. So that was what was bad. Yeah, PCE was in line. I mean, it's not great, but it's also not bad. Year over year, 3.4. It was up a hair. Core PCE came in line. It came in lower than last month, year over year. Month over month, 0.7. No, personal spending. This was bad. Personal spending. They want personal spending to come down because that is demand, right? 0.7 versus 0.5, 0.4. I've had helicopters flying around all morning. I don't know what's going on. So everything came in line, and that's why we're seeing the markets trade sideways. We do have a Fed member. Consumer sentiment. Yeah, buddy. Is what I would watch for. So here we are sitting here. Let's see if we cannot get above 210. See, it's not that area. It's this area, and I think we made it. I think we made 215 resistance pre-market. So that's it for right now. I'll cover a couple things as we go on. Amazon. Let me look at Intel real quickly on a daily chart. I don't think I'm going to play Tesla today. To me, it just doesn't seem like, if we get up to 215, I'll look for a short. If we pull back and hold yesterday's low, 204, I will look for a bounce on Tesla. That's my plan. I don't think Tesla's in play just yet. I don't think it's in play. The only play that I would see on Tesla, it's trying to hold this area, like getting short up at the 200-day moving average, up at like 214. 214, 215. Yeah, 215 area. This is a mess. I hate, yeah. 214, Tesla. 214 short if we get back up there. And that all depends on the market, right? Maybe it's the 200-day moving average. 214 short, 200-day. And again, this is only to get like a pullback and like just to catch a trade on. Like, I'm not looking for a ton of continuation. Let's look at Intel really quickly because that is a big mover. Look, going right into resistance. Looks like I already have all the levels done, which is good. You took, let me see right here. I took Intel calls yesterday. Don't know if they'll be worth much. Yeah, I'm not sure, buddy. I'm not sure either. All right, so you have a major level of support right there at that 200-day moving average. We have some resistance up here at 35.26. All right. Look at that. 35.20. Okay, so it made 35.50 resistance. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what you paid for them. What did you pay for them? I could probably tell you. If you told me what you paid for them, I could tell you roughly what they would be. I mean, then again, too, I don't know what the delta was on those. I'll have to make a video on how you guys can. I gotta give you guys the stuff to be able to do the math yourself to see roughly what your contracts are going to be. $7. So you're saying 7 cents for a 37 strike? Yeah. 7 cents, right? As in, yeah. Well, you're saying $7, so yeah, 7 cents. It's not in the money, but it is closer. You might see a little bit, but they're going to pull it back. See, they're pulling it back on you. You got a gap fill here at 34.26 that could act as a support level. Let me see here real quick. It's 9.26. 15-minute chart. Oh my gosh, I wanted to look at Meta also. Alright, so there is a support level there with the gap. So yesterday, this is where I would look to take a short on Intel. Because you may get a lot of people just start to sell this name now. So 34... I'd like it at a different number. Alright, so they are trying to hold this thing up. Let's see if I can get a short up here at 35.50. I think you're just going to get people that are that have been sitting in dead money. And I think you will start to see some sellers step in possibly. Again, it is also going to depend on the market. I mean, this stock has already been to the upside. It's already pulled back, ran up. It's hard to say what this thing's going to do, guys. I think you're starting to see a lot of sellers step in here, but you're getting some volume. I mean, I can't call it with Intel. I just think Intel has to prove itself before I have any type of faith in it. You know what I mean? It's been dead money for so long. Whoever just made a profit off of it this year, I could see them taking profit, especially if the market pulls itself back as well. That's going to be my plan. You just have some resistance up here at 35.50. And then if we break 35.50, right, and turn it into support, then we're going to look to take it to the top range of 37. That's it. Right? Simple as that. It's as simple as that. That's what I'm going to do. All right, that's what I'm going to do. So the key, I don't know where we are. Where are we at? We're at 34.61. We're at 34.63. 34.63. So look at it, guys. We're going right into the 100-day moving average. All right, so let's do this. That's one thing I almost forgot about. Bang. So here's a 100-day moving average, and you're seeing sellers are stepping right in front of there. They're putting their orders at the 100-day moving average, and it's starting to pull back off of that level. Boom, boom. Just in case we break it and hold it, I'm going to look for the 50-day, because I think the 50-day would be a better level. Look at this support and look at this resistance, support, broke. Let's see if we get back to the 50-day and short at 35.50. That's what I'm going to look for. 35.50 short if the market continues lower, guys. You want to have the market at your back. All right, market's open. Have a great day. I'm going to call these trades out as I see them. Let me get this done, and then I'm going to shoot right over and get all of our charts set up. Good luck today, guys. There it goes, right up into the 100-day moving average. Look at it going to the 50-day. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Good luck today. I don't even have Intel up yet. Come on, because the market may slow up. Market might slow up after a little bit, so. All right, 35.50. It's a flexible grid. Let me get this stuff going. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's go. All right. Maybe I should have used this because there's a resistance level right there. It's already coming into a resistance level now that I see this chart. Shit. I probably should have used that, guys. All right, I'm going to call it out as see. If you guys see anything with relative strength, you know, this is why we do this, to help each other out. All right, we want to be on the side. Where's my 100-day moving average? Why is my 100-day moving average not on here? Oh, I have the SPY up. That's why. Okay. Flexible grid, SPY, Intel. There it is. All right. So we're going up right into the 100-day moving average, or the 50-day. All right, I'm going to start taking some shorts up here, guys. Watch it hold this level, though, at 35. You got to watch what the markets are doing. If you guys could, do us a solid. Hit the like button, subscribe. That's all we ask. It would help, you know, other people find the stream that would like to be here and trade with us. And maybe bring us some ideas, relative strength. If you guys see anything that is ripping and running, I'm thinking about putting a starter position on if I get another pop up here. I want to be patient. I don't want to just go crazy right off the bell. So there's a bounce into the 50-day. It broke it. It's a good thing I waited, right? So now, just take it level by level. That's Intel. Let's look and see what Amazon's doing. So Intel is strong. I'm surprised. So Intel, or Amazon, is pulling back. In the Amazon, we said 128, 129 is our resistance. So let's see if you get some support here and you get some buyers to step in. Come on. Just trying to get everything set up. So the Qs are popping, guys, right into resistance. Let's see if they can regain this level. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Seriously. Because it does help. It helps out tremendously. Let me get the Squawk Box up as well. Man, you see what I mean, guys? It's like so much little things that I'm trying to juggle here. It's our 15-minute chart. So what I'm looking for on Amazon is I'm watching this gap fill right here, and you opened up in the gap. You opened up right at 126, guys. You guys see this? If you guys can't see that, 126 is the gap fill, and you just pushed up into it. You're pushing up into that 128.36. It's at the 200-day moving average. It's at like 129. I got so many things running on this thing. It's just hurting right now. All right. I'm trying to see if there's. I don't see anything right this minute of anything that's just. Man, I want to lock these in. Fit studies, fit study markers, fit orders, fit alerts, fit high and low. Just wanted to make sure everything was saved and good to go. Looks like Tesla's trying to pull itself back here. So Tesla's at resistance. I didn't look at Meta. And that was one other stock I wanted to look at real quick. So Meta's getting a pop, and it's getting a pop right into the 100-day moving average. And yesterday's high. Alright, so see if it makes that resistance, and we get a pullback to 289. See if Meta can pull itself back to 289. I don't like those patterns either, though. See, it's just... I don't like that. I don't like that setup, personally. See what I mean? Alright, SPY's pulling back now. Alright. Nice job, buddy. You got 120. Yeah, especially with that pop, bro. Very nice, buddy. Very nice. Very nice. So here's what I'm looking for on the S&Ps to see if we pull it back into yesterday's close, which is going to be 412.50, and yesterday's low, to see if we can get a bounce, right? See if we can get a bounce to head higher. We're right in the middle of, you know, you could see this thing bounce back to 414 and start to pull it back. To like 410 would be the ultimate target if we're able to get some decent movement. Man, I need to fit these things on the screen. I don't know how. Just be patient today. At least I'm going to be. If you guys have something, you know, and you're making money, you know, stuff it in your pocket and relax and wait for another setup next week. We have Fed meeting next week, I'm pretty sure, along with non-farm payroll. So another huge week of data next week, guys. Another huge week of data. All right, so let's see here. That would be nice. Look at that level right there on the SPY on this 3-minute. 413 flat. That looks like a pretty area for it to sit and find some support. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Intel's pulling back. So where'd it get up to? 35, 36. Alright, so that's a failed break and a hold of the 50-day moving average. I'm tempted to step in there. I just had the orders up, guys, and I fudged up. It's all good. I need to get another bounce. I need to let this thing bounce and then see what I can do with it. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Nice job, bro. Nice job. There's a nice retest of the 50-day moving average. See if they pop it up. That's a nice support zone of the initial morning high. But you have that daily moving average sitting right there in front of it. It didn't seem to care about it on the run up on the open. So You know, let's let it show us that it doesn't want to break above it.
By the way, Meta is seeing a bit of a bounce today after yesterday's decline. It's up 2.5%. And Microsoft, off the back of its earnings a number of days ago, which it did respond.
I'm curious to see if this thing's gonna see what I mean? Is that a nice... Are we gonna get a double top here? Nope. Time and sales level 2 still a bit green. Okay, now okay. See what I love double tops. I love them, but I don't think we're gonna get that here. I don't think you're gonna get a double top. I think this thing could go higher, guys. I do. I think Intel could go higher. I mean, not that I would long it, right? I'm not longing it from here. See if you get buyers stepping in right there at 35, at 36. That's your initial morning high. Pull it back. You pulled it back into it. See if that level holds. And what else do you have? You don't have anything else there to hold you up. You don't. So, that is a long tail. They're just stopping people out. Let's see. I'm gonna give Intel a minute. I'm gonna give it a minute. I still think it's I still think you can get a pullback on this. Volume starting to pull back. I'm gonna take let's just take a small piece here on that. Man, I don't want this thing to just see already. I'm already thinking. It's not that I'm thinking. I just wanna I wanna nail my entry. Right? I love nailing entries. So I think that's a breakout higher, and it looks to me like your 50-day, boom. Let's see what it does at that 50-day. See if it wants to hold it. Because it broke it, it pulled back to it. Now you're still sitting. No. So it's just sitting there. It's just little. Yeah, I mean, it could go higher. It could go higher. You have some solid resistance up here at 3650 to 37 though. We'll see. They had some killer earnings. So, all right. And the overall market is like the Qs in general are just sitting at pre-market area. Shit, I have a 1 hour up. Markets aren't really moving. I'm going to be nimble today personally. I felt like I made a few mistakes yesterday. You know, guys, we brought up, what was it, over 100% plays this week. You know, you just had to take them and manage them. So what else do we have? Meta, right? We have Meta. Meta's up into that 100-day moving average. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's something I'm missing. So far, it's like feels like it's an inside day today. I need to get this thing locked. Wish it would just stay at a price level and just stay there. Feels like the market can, man, the Qs are just struggling to get above that double top on pre-market. But I wonder if I can, if there's a way I could lock this, lock these screens in. All right, and Rivian was another one. Damn, look at the SPY. Oh, never mind. That was Meta. Sorry. So the Qs are up at yesterday's high, or pre-market highs. The Qs are up at pre-market highs. Right? Technology's up here. So we already know that if we want to be long something or even short, because you got to think about it a couple different ways, right? If the SPY is already pulling back off that level, chances are the Qs are going to pull back off that level, right? And where's the SPY? SPY's down here. So is there a pullback coming for the Qs? Or is the Qs going to break out to new highs and take the SPY with it? I think it's going to pull back. Let's look at the Dow. Right, so the Dow is at pre-market lows, trying to hold support. Let's look at the IWM. Okay. Whoa, look at the IWM, guys. So, is that... What's going on here? Are regionals down? Holy cow. Look at regionals, guys. Yeah, it looks like regionals are getting smoked again. That's a nice short for KRE. I'm going to try and get on that, but it's probably going to... That's a nice bear flag. Let's see. Yeah, that's a nice double top on KRE. If this thing is decently liquid, I might think about a That's crazy. I don't know what's going on, guys. Look at the IWM. Holy shit. Nice job, bro. Damn right. My dude. Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. I wish I knew what made you take Intel. Like, they're not bad of a company. They're not bad. You know. But it paid off. It paid off for you. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. Dude, the IWM is getting smoked. It's giving back everything it did yesterday. Will the SPY follow suit and go to... Why? Okay, so here we go. Are the Qs going to... So if the IWM starts to bounce, do the Qs bounce? Or do they all match each other up? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I kind of am taken back a bit today. The volume is... It's not bad. The volume's not bad today at all. Alright, here we go. We're dropping into yesterday's close. Alright, so I'm watching these two turquoise lines. So I'm watching this, and I'm watching to see if we can hold it. The IWM, I'm pretty sure it broke yesterday's low. Pretty sure it already broke it. But this is pretty aggressive still. Come on. Because I'd like to get a nice bounce off of this level and try to make a charge at the 200-day moving average, but I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure if this volume wants that. Again, remember, 10 o'clock here in 10 minutes. We have consumer sentiment numbers.
Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, the world's largest Bitcoin fund. GBTC. Bitcoin investing begins here.
Meet Gold Bond Daily Healing, a powerhouse lotion that moisturizes, heals, and smooths dry skin.
All right, so if the markets are going to pull back, what's something that I want to be short?
Gold Bond Healing Sensitive, clinically shown to heal and moisturize dry, sensitive skin. Gold Bond.
I did have hearing aids from another company. I was just frustrated. I almost gave up with.
What do I want to be short? What's something that's been weak? Semiconductors have been kind of weak. Tesla has just been sideways. ENPH had earnings last night. Let's look at this daily chart.
Our stock's taken.
Well, you need to holistically re-optimize revenue streams for pre-emerging markets. Not to mention the integration of cloud-ready
Meta-service functionalities. And of course, synergy.
Ever wonder where the people with all the answers get all the answers? Ask Mark, accountants and advisors.
We earn your trust, maintain our financial strength and stability, and deliver solutions that meet complex needs. Mass Mutual, partnering with financial professionals, benefits brokers, and institutions.
So if AI is the Wild West, well, who's the sheriff around here?
Thursday, November 2nd. Join CNBC's Evolve Global.
All right, so sorry, I was just trying to get a couple things. What I'm gonna do is
.com/evolve.
I will turn this down for us also, so we can get this data when it comes out.
We certainly didn't need to overlook
And if it's too loud, just let me know and I'll turn it down.
better than expected numbers and perhaps a better forecast. Jim's going to have more on that after the break.
All right, this will give us all the news and stuff that we need. Blah 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 blah.
Relationships in 35
Come on.
countries and market expertise in over 40 industry verticals, all to help make the most important investment connections of all yours. Discover the Bear
Let me make sure.
NetCredit is here to say yes.
And we'll keep an eye on the risk
that's
assets.
loud,
Looks like
guys,
it's just
let me
pushing
know.
lower here. The Nasdaq well off highs. You know,
can turn
S&P
it
now
down
more or
a
less
bit.
flat on the session. Dow Jones down by about 0.3% to 100 points currently. You'll see a bit further weakness in the crude space.
All right. All right. Let's do this. All right. JP Morgan is on the list. Intel is getting smoked. Or not Intel, but
Want Bitcoin exposure right in your brokerage account? Get it with simple GBTC. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, the world's largest Bitcoin fund.
IWM is the word I was looking for.
Bitcoin investing begins
IWM is getting
And just so you're
smoked.
aware, interesting what we saw in earlier reports, but you know, CNN now also reporting there has been significant progress on negotiations to release hostages held by Hamas, but there are issues still remaining, according to the sources. Speaking to CNN.
Nvidia. I haven't looked at Nvidia in a few days.
Maria doesn't just pay, she also creates opportunities.
It's been a few days since I've looked at Nvidia. Is Intel still moving?
Support your community. Support small business.
Let's see. And Amazon. I'm just trying to wait for a setup. Alright, that looks like it's not doing much of anything anymore. But again, we gotta watch consumer sentiment numbers. Alright. Man, that would have been a nut. Shoot. Fuck. Alright, I've got to see if I can get a bounce back to 357 area to take this thing short. It's got some strength to it, so don't think that, you know, the short is what you want to do. It's shown you that it's strong. Right? It's showing you that it wants to just rip higher. And where's it been going higher at? At VWAP. So I'd look for an entry there, right? Because your stop loss is at the best. Like, your risk to reward is at its best, right? You're going to pay a cheaper price, and it's not going to take you very long to find out if you're going to be wrong or not on that long. But the markets are working against you. That's the other problem. The only problem with this is the markets are working against you. So, Microsoft, Google down. Let's see here. Alright guys, sorry. And thank you guys. If you're just joining us, if you could do us a solid and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already done so. So let's see if we break VWAP here. Let's see what happens if we break VWAP here. We still have Amazon, Google, Microsoft. I'm kind of just going to scroll, be patient, and wait for this data. Wow, look at that. Google's hurting. That would be a nice level for Google. If the markets continue. Let me pull up. So, the Qs are bouncing. Meta. Amazon. It's a nice move on Meta, right? You see these, you can see these bull flags being put in, right? You get, and it holds what? It's holding that initial morning high. Came up, pull back. Came up, pull back. Came up, pull back, or didn't pull back, or broke through. So, you know, it's holding there. Now it's holding here. I just feel like, when does that end? Does it end up here at the 50-day and pull back? You know, we got to see what the overall markets are doing. The IWM is getting smoked right now, so. Alright, so there's a test of yesterday's close, and this is a playbook move that we look for, and I'm not going to just take it right off the bat. But a pullback, a down day, and we pull back, or we come in with a gap up. Let's pull it back to yesterday's close and or yesterday's low, depending how far apart they are. And see if we can hold this. See if we can hold this area. Like I said, this 413 on the SPY looked like a really nice area to hold if we could. If we could hold it and kind of get a little bounce. Because I'd like to see like a... I was hoping to see like a low volume type of day. But just grind higher with low volume. And have just like whoever's short kind of like start to close some of those positions and take profits. Because they've gotten a really nice move in a short amount of time. And then we could get some buyers to hop in on top of that. And kind of, you know, get a little bit of, have a day where we can close green. I'm hoping to see us close green today. Looks like resistance here now. Again, we have data that's getting ready to come out, guys. Michigan consumer sentiment. The thing that I don't think the market's
just about
like
a minute
today.
now till the University of Michigan sentiment data. Headline sentiment expected at 63.
So what the market didn't like, guys, was the fact that you had personal spending rise as high as it did. It rose pretty high. It really did. Look at Microsoft, man. Look at Microsoft. I wonder if Microsoft could be along to 338. It's so hard for me to step in front of the markets. It really is. I don't want to just step in front of the markets like a goofball, but, you know, because if the markets turn around, this thing could take a hit. Qs are thinking about pulling themselves back. I will let you guys know if I take a Microsoft long.
63.8, that's a beat on the expected and rises from the preliminary of 63. Conditions at 70.6, up from the initial 66.7 expectations. They fall, however, 59.3 from 60.7. One-year inflation expectations 4.2%, rising from 3.8. 5-year unchanged at 3%. So again, let's go over that data once again. Headline sentiment did see a beat at 63.8, rising from the prior, and also the expected 63. It was led by the
Michigan
move in
consumer
conditions,
sentiment
which rose to 70.6 from
63.8.
66.7.
So that's good.
And
And it
expectations
was
did
coming in
decline
at,
somewhat,
so everything is coming
59.3
in right
from the prior
around in
60.7.
line.
While the one-year
It's coming
inflation
in right in line.
expectations did see a revision higher to 4.2% from 3.8% in the initial reading, but the 5-year unchanged at 3%.
Michigan inflation expectations though actually rose. I guess with the everything that's going on, the inflation data rose. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I just want to like at least get a long or a short something here. I need something here. I want to finish the week off strong. I really do. And there goes Microsoft. So Microsoft is coming into resistance, guys. Right? This area on Microsoft 335 right here is kind of where I want to short it, but and we are above. Let me make sure that the daily is correct. Let me make sure this is right, because I haven't moved any of the moving averages. Alright, so it is starting to pull back. Come on, man. I need to grab myself a trade. I need a trade. I do. If nothing happens, nothing happens. I just don't want to go into the weekend like, man. Because I need to fix from what happened yesterday, right? I've given out 3 well over 100% gains. And, you know, I kind of just... I mismanaged them. That's all it comes down to. Right? I mismanaged them. They went to the targets, you know, and I need to work on that. Just the past 2 weeks I've been doing that to myself, and I'm not doing it again. Not that I'm not going to do it again. It's just as a trader, you're going to find yourself as you're going through your destination, you're going to get through there are times where you're doing really good. You're you know, you're kind of, it's not like you're on tilt, but you're just like you're doing things wrong and you need to bring it back. It's you go through different things as time goes on. You want to just try and also just stay consistent as you can as far as just trying to stick to the basics, right? Not trying to overthink and you know, start using different moving averages or like different, like, if you don't use Bollinger Bands, don't just throw them on and start. I mean, if it works for you, it works. That's fine. I don't know you know, for me, it's just, I've learned if I try to overcomplicate things, it doesn't work out too well. And if I watch too many things, that's also my other problem. All right, so there's a rejection off the 100-day moving average. All right, so it looks like the Qs are pulling back here. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. So not Meta, but Microsoft had a really nice 15-minute chart. If we could get a bounce to like 365, 366, that short on Microsoft would be pretty nice. So here we go. Let's see if we could take Meta into 292. 293 is what I would be looking for.
So that sort of gives people a sense that we have a fix on the general trend, but it is a little bit uneven and it's not that quick in terms of disinflation.
All right, let's see here.
We knew the summer, it was the summer spending, right? We knew that it was.
Let's see if we can get a bounce on Meta. I'm going to try and take a short on Meta, guys. You got a double top up there at the 100-day moving average.
So you had a little bit of a drop in the savings.
I'm going to try and get short Meta. Even though it had decent earnings, just remember, if the SPY starts to bounce, that's going to send the Qs higher, and that's going to send Meta higher. Just like there.
Consumers are emptying the tank and it's going to be a little weaker down the road. If you think that's wrong, if you think that the consumer can be resilient, the economy can pick up and stay at above trend levels for a little while, then cyclical stocks are in the wrong spot, right? They've just been depressed too much.
And I might miss this trade, but I want to take it up here. I want to get a nice little bounce to like the 9 EMA or something. I want to say again, thank you guys for joining us. For those of you guys that are new, I'm Justin. I've been trading for close to 10 years. If you guys have any questions, any stocks you're watching, or if you see anything that has like relative strength or relative weakness, throw it in the chat. You know, we'd love to hear from you. Say hi. Hit the like button, subscribe. That would help other people find the stream. And come join us, right? They may bring something to the table that can help make us some money. Or they, you know, they would like to learn how to do this. and don't have thousands of dollars to waste to give to somebody else just to learn how to trade and things like that. So, all right, let's see here. I might put time and sales on the 1 minute chart. You guys can't see it, can you? I will actually pull it over for you so you guys can see it. It's just, it kind of makes everything a little bit smaller. No, what are you doing? What the hell? Alright, that should be enough. If you can just see the colors, that should be enough, right? Oh gosh, I must have hit it. Oh no, okay. I almost took that meta
Just
short
on the
there.
energy trading
Not
here,
yet.
Transmountain to conduct
Not
open
yet.
season to solicit binding commitments for
Yes.
recontracting of firm service
Yep.
capacity. Transportation service under new contract will commence on February
And
1st
we
of
called
next
out
year.
transportation's on
And
Tuesday.
the recontracting capacity for
Or
crude oil
Sunday, I mean,
transportation
coming
for
into
4
the
discrete
day.
volumes
So
totals
look at this
54,000
15-minute
barrels
chart
per day
on
from
Meta.
Edmonton to Westridge
It's
Marine.
holding VWAP. It's sitting between VWAP and the 100-day moving average. And on the 15-minute chart, and it's holding it. Let's see what happens here. That was a nice rip right up into the top. Did we hold yesterday's close on the SPY or anything, and on the Qs? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to see if we can get a bounce. All right. Oh, we did. We're holding the close. Let's see if we pull it back. We got to pull it back. Shit. Now I think I might want to change my game plan up here. Damn it. Now I don't want to be short. I do not want to be short technology. I have way too many lines on the SPY on these charts. Let's see here. Let's see if the SPY can break through this level here. If it does, I'm going to look to get long at like 314. You only have a few dollars to get long up there, right? It's from like 314 flat. Actually, give me the 3-minute chart and I'll show you guys. 314 flat, and you could take it up to yesterday's high. There's a level right here I'm also watching at 413 flat. If you get to 413, if you look at a 3-minute or 5-minute chart, you're going to see here this turquoise. No, it's not that line. It's right here. It would be a nice area that I said this morning. Would be cool to see if we pull back to it and hold it. I'm going to put it on. You'll see it on the 1-minute flash and everything. Right there. Right. Pivot low. Pivot high. Call it 413.09. Let's see what we do right in here, guys. Let's see what we do right in here. See what happens. Look at the volume coming in. Volume is still there to the downside, unfortunately. What is that? QS is quantum QS. QS. What is that? Quantum Z-scaler? No, that's. Oh, you're watching the Qs. I'm sorry. You're the Qs as in the Qs. I gotcha. Yeah, that's a nice double top there. That's a nice double top. Nice rejection. That would have gave us our meta trade. Oh, man. It's already going down on me. I had a perfect entry there on meta. Fuck, I forgot. Brutal. Brutal. Just wait. Let's see if the SPY and everything holds. The IWM is hurt. My first inclination to see if the SPY is going to hold is that the IWM doesn't continue that sell-off. If it starts to continue the sell-off, which it doesn't look like it's going to, yeah, it looks like it found support. That's important. Yeah, that's important. Just see what happens on the IWM at 164. Let's go back to the SPY. And there we go. Look at that, right? This is what I mean. You see that? Right where I put that circle, how you got a lot of buyers sitting right there? It's what happens when you have time, but it's a low volume bounce. I don't trust that bounce. I don't trust the bounce at all. I wouldn't trust it. I trust it as much as...
Comments from Brazil's Vale. They expect to further reduce the gap between production and sales in the fourth quarter.
All right, I'm just going to put on a Meta short. They had good earnings, but... oh, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm trading just to trade. I just feel like I could take it back into this gap fill. I do. We're under VWAP. Let's see what we can do here. Come on, man. My computer is just messing up on me over here. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think... let's see if we get a bounce here. It's going to break it. See if you get another bounce on Meta. And then get the short at like...
and just the latest tweet by Al Jazeera, citing a Hamas spokesperson to Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera says the Zionist army is trying to present a false narrative to raise the morale of its army. It's not specifically clear whether it's in response to those Al Jazeera and CNN reports of a breakthrough being made.
I'm not getting a bounce back. This thing could just trend lower. Let's see if I can get an entry up here at like 296. I may try to take this, guys. I'm going to do it small, and I'll just hold it. I mean, the Qs are trading sideways.
Let's talk a little bit about the IDF. Overnight, they launched what was the second night in a row, a raid that included targeted...
Please just give me another bounce. It already gave me the bounce, and I'm sitting here looking at... give me a bounce to VWAP, please. I feel like my 3-minute chart was stuck. There we go. We're getting it.
For Duke Energy does announce plans to build and operate the nation's first system capable of producing, storing and combusting 100% green hydrogen in a combustion turbine in Florida.
Man, I want to take the short there, guys. I'm just unsure.
Does anticipate green hydrogen system will be installed and fully functioning in 2024.
Right? It is. It really is, man. It really is. Like, I'm sitting here looking at Meta. Like, this looks like a really good setup, right? I mean, in my eyes, it does. You got to bounce to the 100-day moving average. And, you know, we reject it and try to pull back to find support. I'm looking to take Meta down to 290. Right? You came up. You filled the gap. Let's take it back to 290. Start taking your profits on Meta. Right? You made a lot of money on... Remember all that money you made on Meta? Go put it in a down name. Sell Meta. Put in some down names so I can make money on puts. Selfishly.
And a bit further on that, Hamas spokesperson to Al Jazeera, it does appear to be a separate issue, saying that Hamas spokesperson, this is misleading and false propaganda by the Zionist regime, says, and all Hamas leaders are in their homes, not in hospitals.
I feel like I could take it. Is there anyone else out there that can comment on here? What do you guys think about a Meta short? Looks like it's trying to hold now. I feel like now would be the time. I got a little bit of volume there that... Let me see. What does the 15-minute chart have to offer? Yup, that would have been nice. That's already $10 a contract right there. Damn it. She's holding. She's holding. I feel like this chart is also telling me that whoever is wanting to get short is also struggling to get short also because they're watching the Qs bounce like they are. And look at that. It's already down to 39 cents from 47. So just be patient. All right, if we hold here, expect it a grind higher. If we can start to hold, let's see here, guys. That's a nice double bottom on the SPY. Believe it or not, that's a pretty nice double bottom. I don't know if you want to... Oh my gosh. I feel like it's just like there's a battle going on right now. Like, it's like, no, I want it. No, I want it. But I still think the sentiment is to the downside. I really do. I just think money managers need to take that money and pay themselves. Is why I'm still leaning to the downside, at least till like 410. Right? 410 would be the target on the SPY, and then it would be the 200-day moving average on the Qs. Oh my gosh, it's early 40 cents. Just going to be patient here. It's 10 o'clock. Like, the Qs are still sitting in a dollar range. Let's see what Intel's doing, and let's see what the market's doing. Let's compare the two, because what is holding the market up? You know what I mean? Is it Amazon? Is it Intel? Is it the banks? Because, like, what is it that we are Amazon? 129, 128. So here we are at 129. We said short 129 to 124. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. 132. Alright, come on. This is so nuts, man. This is so nuts. What are you watching, Collins? If you're still here. Alright, I think the time is getting ready to come. I really do. I think it's getting ready to come where the markets are going to pick a direction. SPY is really red. I'm going to try for a meta short. I took... Oh, man. I got filled. And it filled me at such the worst price. Such a bad price I paid for meta. Oh, gosh. I paid such a bad price for that. Let's see if I can get some profit off on here. Come on, let's go. Let's pull it back, baby. That's a nice entry on meta. Let's take a piece off there. Let's take a piece off. Okay, that's one piece off. Whoa, what? Wait, what? What happened? Hold up. How did I lose? Wait, what? What? Let me see where I got filled at. This is why I hate meta. It's why, or not meta alone, but orders.
Joining us now, John Blackledge, Cowen, senior internet analyst. John maintains an
That's so weird. That really is so weird. That's so weird. Unless I lost money on some of my the other like random stuff that I bought here. I just thought for a minute there that I was. I must be down. I'm gonna have to look because I thought I was down. Like, cause I had more money, and then I do the position, I get filled. I make $8 a contract, and then I'm down money, more than when I went in. What? So I'm gonna have to look, unless it's just like a. That's weird. It's weird. I know I'm down on that. I still have a small TLT long position that's red. Which was just supposed to be just a day trade. I just still have a bunch of time left on it, so I just held it.
It looks like some other news wires picking up on that CNN report we brought to you, where headlines rephrasing. CNN reports that there has been significant progress in Qatar-led negotiation on hostages held by Hamas.
It's not even this. I still had profit, is what I'm saying. I still made close to $8 I still made close to $8 a contract on that. They did screw me on the fill. The spread wasn't too bad, but it's about what I got filled at. You know what I mean? So even if the spread was wide, like it can be wide. It just depends. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. And look at that bounce. It's a good. This is why I took profit, guys. That's why I took profit. Now we could just sit here. Let's just. You could sit here and wait. The move could happen at like 12 o'clock. Right? The move could happen at 12 o'clock. I'm getting a bit hungry. I might go grab a Red Bull. I'm going to scan the markets. But yeah, that was weird, man. That was weird. I don't know if TLT just took a shit or something. I'm down because of the TLT position that I have. Yeah, that's weird. Look at that wick. Look at that. I wonder if that's what it was. That's so weird. You usually don't see that. Boom, boom. That was just a minute ago. But that should increase volatility. I don't know. It's weird, man. It's fucking weird. Let's see what oil and gold and stuff are doing real quick. Let's try and find what is leading. USO. USO. GLD. GLD, a little squiggly. A little squiggly. JP Morgan's falling out of bed. That was the trade of the day. I wonder if it's too late to take it. And I almost took it there. I thought about taking this a little bit ago. Earlier this morning. That bounce back. Right there. We had the chance. Or it was right here. It was that candle. It was that candle. Fuck. 136. I mean, I'm saying we have room to 134. Maybe get like a next week put, and this thing just sells off all day. Look at the volume. We've got an increase in volume. That might be a trade idea right there, guys. It might not be too late. If you wait, see if you get a bounce. You know, 137.20-ish is what I would look for. And that lines you right up with the 9 EMA. Yeah, 130.17. I mean, Amazon. I guess Amazon's just gonna hang out up there. Meta's just playing a bunch of games. It could get a bounce there. It could. This could be a nice long entry, but I'm not taking it. If I had to take Meta, I'm going to take Meta on the pullback.
And just an update from France AMF Financial Markets Regulator says an agreement has been signed with the US CFTC over regulating firms operating in both jurisdictions.
Let's see what Intel and them are doing. Are you still watching Intel? Man, it doesn't want to move. You could get a... You could get a pretty solid bounce here. Yeah, I didn't know if you were just still watching it for the overall markets. So the Qs are green. They just cannot extend. The Qs just cannot extend for some reason. I don't understand why. VD, how you doing, man? Oh, AMD is moving. Nice. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, bro. I really do. I hope everything's been pretty been well for you. Nice call. Paul's break even there. Super light though. Yeah. Yeah, few cents out of Meta myself. And that was it. Man, if AMD can hold here, we might have some room higher. We could get a nice extension here.
And via our Shark News, Saudi press, two sources, no Israeli, to AWP, note Israeli offered a ceasefire in exchange for the release of all prisoners.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we could get a bounce on AMD and get it back to like 100. I'm gonna see if we can pull back the 95.73 area and see what she decides to do.
And a bit more updates via our Shark News is Saudi press say negotiations on a humanitarian truce are progressing for hours, perhaps days.
IWM is flat. I mean, it's flat now. I pulled back. Man, that's such an ugly chart for the Qs. There's a lot of fighting going on, it feels like. And there it goes. I think it's putting in lower highs now.
Just on global oil demand, Exxon CEO saying they're seeing rising oil demand, but at a slower rate.
Alright, let's see here. I might go grab a drink real quick. Rivian had news. I'm going to put it on a... Yeah, I would look for... I'm going to go right over to it. So Rivian pulled back. That's pretty easy play. Stress-free trade right there. That would have been a stress-free trade. Let's see. Let's look at the SPY. Doesn't seem like there's much today. I need to go get a little bite to eat. Gotta get something. Like, I'm gonna make a bowl of cereal. You said pre-market lows, right? But the thing is you have yesterday's close right there. So I would watch, like, this turquoise line is yesterday's close. I'd watch yesterday's close and yesterday's low and see if we start to, like...
And via Al Jazeera, citing White House's Kirby speaking to ABC in a tweet, says we are still working with our partners to release all hostages.
What do we have written down here? ENPH, Amazon, Intel, JP Morgan, Rivian. Well, it's just one of those days. Might have to take it easy and wait. 190. Let's see. Not 190, but 90. Oh, nice. Look at that, guys. This could be a nice pattern for Intel. I'm watching Intel to see if this is a failed breakdown or an actual breakdown. Watch this uptrend right here. Right there. See if it starts to become resistance or if it breaks above it. You're getting some selling in there. Let's see. Come on, guys. Attack. Attack it. It's a solid area of resistance for Intel. All right, looks like
a bit more details in this Saudi press. Asharq reports notes Hamas requested a 5-day lull in exchange for the release of 100 prisoners.
I just wanted to give me follow through. I think the only follow through we're getting is JP Morgan. I'm going to put a position on and see what happens.
Ameritrade is now part of Schwab, bringing you an elevated experience tailor-made for trader minds.
All right, let's see. Let's see.
Unlock support from the Schwab Trade Desk, our team of passionate traders who live and breathe trading. And sharpen your skills with immersive online education crafted just for traders. Also, you can trade.
Oh, they are shorting Meta now?
We earn your trust, maintain our financial strength and stability, and deliver solutions that meet complex needs. Mass Mutual, partnering with financial professionals, benefits brokers, and institutions.
Oh yeah, and remember, guys, Bitcoin and stuff. That's right. Look at Mara. Mara's down 0.3%. If Bitcoin continues to the downside, you could look at Mara, Riot, Coin. All right, to see if these stocks give you a pullback. They may be close to the lows, though. Yeah, they are. Shit. I still hear that damn helicopter. It might be Joe. scared to go get something to eat because if I do, the markets are gonna pull away. All right, let's not steer off the path here. Let's go back and look.
Bit more from Saudi press, Ashak News. Two sources to AWP say Israel agreed to a one-day truce on the condition that there was international supervision.
All right, so we're sitting sideways here. Dude, what is up with these wicks? I've never seen wicks like that on Tesla. Wow, that's so weird. Do you guys have that? Yeah, I mean, a little bit. Yeah, there is. There's some pretty good football. There's some good matches. It's not like college isn't the best of the slate. I don't know about the NFL. I haven't looked at the NFL yet. But we have football. You're right. We have football. You're absolutely right. Let me see. Here. Let's see here. Let me look and see what's going on with small caps. Watch and see if the market starts
Do
to
note the
move.
Exxon
As soon as
CEO, speaking on
everybody gives
Bloomberg
up-
TV, does note that Europe is the most economically challenged region in the world.
Look real quick to see what this is. Okay, so Baba, Taiwan Semi, Toyota. All right, Baba's selling off. Snow is a name I'd like to own later, like if I can get it at the right price.
Do you know a local journalist getting some attention? Levent Kamal says researcher for Middle East, lots of ads, says local Palestinian sources report that Israel has notified that it will strike all units of the Shifa hospital. Just letting you know that is getting some attention this week. We'll post it to the board for those interested. There's a lot of conflicting
Microsoft's
reports
pulling
coming out
back.
of the region currently.
Google, what's Apple doing? Man, I don't understand what's up with these wicks today. I don't ever usually get wicks like that. That's insane. I think JP Morgan's one of the trades that we should have taken. Biggest catalyst, missed it. It's probably too late now. It is what it is. It is what it is. Get a chance for a pullback, then that's when you might want to think about selling. But JP Morgan would have been a great opportunity today. Dude, what is up with all these wicks? I don't understand what's going on with Thinkorswim today.
If yields are going up in large part because the economy's been better than expected, yes, higher for longer is part of that too in supply. But the cyclical areas of the market have really gotten trounced. And if you're the type that says, well, the market's telling us something, right? The market is gearing up for another growth scare or worse. How do you decide who's got it right?
Yeah, so I think what the market is telling us is there's a lot of skepticism about the strength of the recovery. But when you look at
I forget what her name is. Savita Submarina. B of A Securities. Subramanian. Savita Subramanian. Sabram Ananian. Sabrina Subramanian. She's on CNBC.
Which used to be the place where you got the most economic juice, is now kind of this graveyard.
Market of really
Punished.
and if you're the type that says, well, the market's telling us something, right? The
Now
right,
we're
the
gonna go
market
look
is
for some houses.
Another
Guys wanna
growth
throw up
scare
some
or
money and go
worse.
see if we can find a
How do you
good deal on
decide
a
who's
house
got it
and go,
right?
like, make a
Yeah,
few
so
$1,000,
I think what
10,
the
15
market
grand,
is telling
something.
us is there's a
Something.
lot of
If we
skepticism
can get it for the
about the
right
strength
price,
of the recovery.
it's probably
But
not
when
even
you
gonna
look
be
at why
listed.
the Fed is continuing
But yeah,
to
it's a
remain
great
in, kind of a net tightening mode, it's because of the economy. So
Oh shit! Arm fell out of bed on the open. This sucks, man. Where's Meta? Meta just doesn't want to give it up. It feels like now it might start. I feel like now it might start. I'm gonna go use the restroom. I'm actually gonna leave you with Sabrina Samananian, however you say her last name. And I will be right back.
1,000.
Maybe I should
As
just
we've
put the
seen in a
overall
normal
markets up.
cycle. So that's where I think things are going to be different.
I'll be
You
right
don't
back. I'm just gonna
necessarily
use
want to
the-
buy small
the
caps if
restroom
you
real
think
quick.
the economy is recovering.
Grab a
And the
drink.
market is right.
We have some sad news to share. One of Wall Street's most prominent investors.
More credit sensitive. Opportunities are energy, even large cap financial companies that have bolstered balance sheets, actually played a hand in bailing out the regional banks earlier this year. I think that industrials, select
not
materials,
giving up
mining
just yet.
companies, all the companies that have been denied capital for the last 10
there goes
years
the SPY.
have actually gotten
SPY's
really
going right into
lean
yesterday's
and
close, guys.
disciplined,
That could help
are throwing
any of
off
the
free
short trades
cash.
that you
I mean, I
have.
think this is a really great setup for a lot of these deep cyclicals that are now looking a little bit safer.
Savita, it's good to get your thoughts.
Great
Thank you
to
very
be
much.
here.
Chief Equity Strategist, Bank of America.
Thanks.
We have some sad news to share. One of Wall Street's most prominent
Yeah, that is a nice
investors,
rejection,
Byron
guys,
Wien,
of
has died.
that
Wien had
pivot
developed
low
a following
yesterday
with
at
his annual
414.
10 surprises list. It became
That was
required
it.
reading for many
Let's see if you
investors.
can hold, take it down
his
to
death was
410 or
reported
so.
by Blackstone. He spent the last 14 years at that firm, most recently as vice chairman of its private wealth solutions business.
Come on.
In a memo to employees,
Fuck,
Blackstone
man.
CEO Steve Schwarzman and
Excuse my
President John
language,
Gray
but this
said,
is
quote,
bullshit.
Byron never looked backwards. He
I
was
hate this
always
shit.
building new relationships and pushed everyone around him to think about the risks and opportunities that lay ahead, epitomized by his annual 10 surprises list published for an astonishing 38 consecutive years. As we mourn his loss, we hope you also join us in celebrating his incredible life and drawing inspiration from his wisdom, generosity, work ethic, and integrity. Obviously, Mike, we knew him for many, many years. I know
Yeah.
you dealt with him many times for a long
There we
period
go.
of
So
time.
we
I had
gotta
gotten
hold
to
this-
know him
this
pretty
area
well,
here,
so I'm not
guys.
that long ago, really, a few years at a conference we both were at. And one thing that always stuck with me is something he
Nice
said
projection right
at
there,
some
Level.
other
I'll be right back.
gathering about where he came to that idea for the surprises, this annual list of, challenge your own conventional wisdom. And he said he entered the business in the late 50s at the moment when stock dividend yields went below bond yields. And it stayed there for 50 years. And he watched all the older partners at his firm kind of be lost, and they couldn't kind of adapt to this new regime. And they got sidelined. And he said, I don't want that to happen to me. And so he tried to always challenge himself. And beyond that, just
There it
kind of
is.
inherently an optimist.
There's the break.
He kind of felt like the market was going to ultimately longer term reward you. And I mean, he was literally an orphan and,
Yes.
given a scholarship to Harvard, I think, and took it from there.
Yeah, a great life story. He will be missed. Byron Wien was 90 years old. We'll be right back.
All right, that's what it feels like. Markets just want to go to the downside. Let's see. We held yesterday's that double bottom we put in yesterday.
We have a number of automotive stocks that are moving right now. You can see Ford, of course, is amongst them, and it is falling rather sharply this on what was a third quarter miss in terms of its earnings. It pulled its guidance due to the, of course, auto strike. It has reached that tentative deal with the UAW. GM reportedly also weighing a new contract offer from the union. Tesla, by the way, is up after it's kind of reversing course perhaps on some previous price cuts. Let's break it all down with Deutsche Bank's Emmanuel Rosner. He has a sell rating on Ford, a hold on GM, and a buy on Tesla. Let's start with Ford. Emmanuel, you question the EV transition.
I just felt like that was
considerably slowing down. Anything you heard from the call, for example, to give credence to that view?
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning. Yes, so the EV strategy is absolutely slowing down. Essentially, Ford announced yesterday they are delaying $12 billion of planned EV spending indefinitely, potentially even raising the possibility of canceling it. Essentially saying, look, the economics are not working right now. The demand is not really there for our product. We're going to slow down the spending, the investments in batteries, in vehicles, in plants. We're going to slow it down, see how we can, fix things, and then reassess this down the line. So our view is this is, considerably off track. They reiterated midterm target for EV, but how could you have confidence on midterm targets when you don't really know what's going on right now? So I believe Ford is deeply off track on EV.
All right, well, what does that mean for GM and or Tesla? I mean, are we sensing that there's an overall slowdown in demand, or is this specific in some way to the expectations for Ford products?
A little bit of both. No, not specifically Ford, but there is an overall slowdown in EV adoption. I think that this is a lot of early adopters have already bought their EVs, and then the next wave of buyers are basically saying, look, I'm not paying a premium for the privilege of driving an EV. So EVs are essentially expensive for what they are. They sell at a premium to ICE, and that's, I think, basically limiting this adoption curve from, rising as fast as people essentially expected. So this is an issue for basically everyone. But the traditional automakers have had a very hard time being able to come up with a cost structure that enables them to sell the car at the right price. And so Ford, and we have the same issue with GM, essentially lose a tremendous amount of money on each EV that they sell, which basically means that their prices are not competitive for what their product is actually worth. Tesla has cracked the code much better and makes money on selling EVs. They're facing a more difficult macro backdrop. But for traditional automakers, we're incredibly cautious on their success in EV.
What about this tentative deal with the UAW for Ford? How does it change your numbers and their overall competitiveness?
Yeah. So the deal with UAW is probably going to add about $1 billion of extra labor cost a year, starting as soon as it gets ratified, ramping up to about $2 billion of extra cost a year by the end of the contract, because there's some escalation in there. So this makes them even less competitive in terms of labor costs. Obviously, GM and Stellantis will have similar conditions, so no difference there. But certainly versus a Tesla or another newcomer, it's also only one of the multiple headwinds we see to Ford and GM's earnings as you move into next year. You have these higher labor costs, which are meaningful. You have vehicle prices, which are starting to come down, and as we just discussed, EV losses deepening, and essentially the success of EV becoming further and further out, if ever. So to us, it feels like earnings are about to take a real meaningful step down as you move into 2024.
Emmanuel, if they're having a difficult time finding a market, finding demand for their EV products, and Tesla at the same time has been cutting price to try and maintain its or increase market share, but also just maintain its annual volumes. Is this a bigger story about the transition in general among customers to EVs is slower, and can the traditional automakers kind of prolong the profitable life of their legacy businesses.
Excuse
in
me
that
for a minute
scenario.
while I eat this. I'm looking
Yeah,
at the scanners
absolutely.
real
This
quick
is the
to
biggest
see,
story. The biggest story, which is
what
impacting
we have
automakers'
moving
name,
around here.
but also suppliers for the last number of weeks, is essentially, is the EV adoption happening slower than expected? What does that mean, both in terms of the future direction of the industry, but the capital investment that these companies essentially need to make and where they should essentially focus their attention. Both GM and Ford in the last few days have announced they're delaying massive EV investment as well as volume ramp up, essentially to refocus on what is their more profitable business lines, which are the combustion engine. That is a very pragmatic decision. That's certainly the right decision from a capital allocation point of view, but that does not solve the question of terminal value. If an automaker cannot figure out how to make EV profitably, eventually this will become a problem because combustion engines will go away and EVs will essentially take over. So it may take longer than expected, but some automakers are figuring it out, like Tesla, and the others who aren't are going to be under significant amount of pressure.
All right. Yeah, it's a transition that may be being extended. It's obviously very important for us. We'll be watching it. Certainly appreciate your time today, Emmanuel. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up in the next hour, Box CEO Aaron Levie, as the company bets big on AI. We're going to talk about the new initiatives and how he's viewing regulation in the sector. Shares have been a big underperformer on the year. Don't miss that interview coming up. Dow's down 126. S&P is still barely positive. We'll be right back.
Expense tab 2.
Welcome back to Squawk on the Street. We continue to monitor the FTX fraud trial as Sam Bankman-Fried testifies again today. Our Kate Rooney outside the courthouse with the very latest. Kate, what do we expect?
Hey, Sarah. So Sam Bankman-Fried is back on the stand today in the courthouse behind me. The judge this morning barring 4 out of 5 topics that the defense attorneys had requested to talk about. They're allowed to talk about the documents around Sam Bankman-Fried's retention policy at his crypto company, meaning the messages that he set to auto-delete at the time. They are not allowed to discuss anything around the lawyers drafting legal documents. That was the big question yesterday and overnight. The attorneys this morning, though, when this did get started, asked Sam Bankman-Fried point blank, did you defraud anyone? He responded, no, I did not. The attorneys went on to say, did you take customer funds? He said simply, no. Bankman-Fried sounding calm again this morning, giving concise answers to his defense attorneys. It's a little bit of a pivot from yesterday. We had this dress rehearsal where the jury left the courtroom so the judge could hear the defense's arguments around some of these legal issues. They tried to place the blame really on his FTX lawyers, saying that they signed off on things like bank accounts that misused customer money and then illegal loans as well. At that time, when he was getting grilled by the prosecution, he was not nearly as calm. He stumbled a couple times. He asked for clarifications. He stalled to take a sip of his water bottle, said he couldn't remember certain things, didn't really answer the questions directly. The judge seemed frustrated with that. He did not love those diversions, repeatedly told him, listen to those questions and answer the question directly. A lot of frustration in that courtroom yesterday. He's going to continue that testimony today, guys. We'll bring you all the latest. Back to you.
Kate, thank you.
Yeah, it doesn't look like we're
Judge
going to
Kaplan,
get clear momentum in these
very
names.
Tough in that courtroom. All right, we've got a market, NASDAQ up about 0.9%. Amazon, the leader, a lot more coverage up. Mega Cap Tech and the earnings from Amazon coming your way in the next hour of Squawk and Street.
We're just kind of sitting between yesterday's range. There's not much opportunity unless you took a short, took a long off of this level, and even then, it's not doing that much for you. So this is a key level here that's been support, right? It's been support, pre-market, after hours, right? Support. Are you tired of hearing me say it? I'm tired of hearing myself say it. Support. And what do? We're going right up into it right now. Let's see if we can reclaim it. I want to see if we reclaim this level. I'm really curious to see if we reclaim it. That level is going to be like 414.41. Or I'm sorry. It's like the low 414 area, 414.20. So I'm going to be looking for that to see. Right, look at very clear support there. At 414, so that's 414 flat. Yeah, 414. And we turned that into resistance today. So, let's see. Let's try and be patient. I wonder if the market's going to give us, like, that is a nice little rally there off of that level. I'm not sure what's, like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. We'll see. I'm not sure if we're going to get much today. That's my worry. You never know. We could. Today's not like OpEx or anything, I don't think. What's today? No. This is the last Friday of the month of October, I would assume. Yeah.
But first, stocks struggling to stay above the flat line. The S&P 500 up just about 0.2%. Been weighed down by banks and some older economy.
Yeah, banks are.
Crypto.com.
That's the other thing about all this is that the banks.
Good Friday morning. I'm Sarah Eisen with Mike Santoli today, live from Post 9 of the New York Stock Exchange. Citigroup's global head of commodities, Ed Morse, will be here on what comes next with oil and energy on the heels of Exxon, Chevron results, as well as geopolitical
to
tensions.
help get us
Plus,
through
the
all
CEO
this.
of Columbia Sportswear on earnings and the consumer demand in outdoor and recreation with the stock down 20%
if the market's not going
this
to do
year.
nothing,
Later, the
we don't need
CEO
to
of
waste our
Box,
time.
Aaron
Look at
Levy,
this
on
very
new
clear
AI
resistance here on the
initiatives,
spot.
regulation in the sector,
Very
and
clear
takeaways from this
resistance.
week's big tech earnings.
But first, stocks struggling to stay percent. Been in some other older economy areas. The Nasdaq outperforming up 0.9% right now. Relief rally in Amazon after some relatively reassuring results from the company last night.
Tech also finally getting a bid after it's been down more than 2% for the Nasdaq this week. It's been a painful week, though, if you're in tech, even though fundamentally the big tech earnings haven't been bad.
It was a little bit of a reveal of how crowded the stocks had gotten and perhaps how much faith had been placed in them that they were going to be able to blow away numbers.
I
Meta
guess I'll
getting a
turn
little
it
bit
off
of
'cause it
a
won't
bid
let me
today, too.
stick
So
it,
it's a little
like,
bit of a
to
rethink of that immediate
keep
sell-off
it
in
on
some
the
of those stocks
screen.
like Alphabet and Meta that didn't necessarily seem to match up with the numbers.
Just checking
Let's
on
see.
rates right now. The 10-year note yield a little bit higher, but still below
Oh, no, I got rid of
4.9
it.
and well below
Shit.
that
I
5%
actually
level
got-
we
let me-
reached on
let me go
Monday.
back through the
It has been a
scanners and
busy
see
week
what
for
we have
economic
that's
data.
moving. I
Got
actually got it on
GDP,
here.
PCE today, personal spending numbers,
let's see
sentiment,
here.
durable goods, among others. So what do we take away from all this data? And what does it mean for the Fed's
I want
next
something
move
that
next
has
week?
relative
Let's bring in
relative
CNBC senior
strength.
economics
How
reporter
would I look at
Steve
that?
Leisman. Most, if not all of it, Steve, has been better than expected.
A pretty good week, Sarah. I guess there's a lot to worry about, a lot to complain about, but it was a week of mostly stronger growth that tended to exceed estimates and the prior readings, with inflation remaining a bit sticky here. That's
let's
probably
see
the
here.
rub. And all of it continuing to raise questions about the strength of the economy in the months ahead. Take a look at this graphic we prepared here. Arrows helping you figure out GDP accelerated sharply from QT, came in
what we
above
got.
estimates. That had already been revised higher. Core PCE price index higher than prior, in line with estimates. Personal income a little
That's
light
it.
relative to estimates and below the prior month.
VVOS.
But the bigger
All right.
story,
We're on
consumer
the
spending
VVOS.
beating estimates with a persistent theme
We're on
here
the
of stronger
VVOS.
consumer spending all this week and all last week. Stronger than
huge
most
gap
forecasts.
up.
Durables
I don't-
higher
oh,
than prior
earnings.
and higher than estimates. This is interesting
And there's
because
no-
it shows some rebounding of business investment. It
liquidity.
had been weak in the GDP report. All this seemed to cement the market's
weird.
expectation for no change
Look
in the
how,
fund rate next week, and even reduce the probability of any future hikes this
That's
cycle,
weird.
with a
You don't
Federal
even have
Reserve that seems to
20,000
be ready
shares
to
traded, and
sort
this
of
thing
watch
gapped
it
up
and let it play
1,300%.
out. And also, as you said, Sarah,
so
at the top
weird.
of this, these high interest rates
Who
doing a bit of
isn't
the work for
buying
the Fed.
this? Right? Who
I can make
isn't
two
buying
arguments
this?
on this. You know,
That's so
core
weird.
PCE is
Just two?
still.
Unless
Yeah, I mean, like you could do
nobody
opposite ends of
knows
this. You could
about
say
it.
inflation is still elevated. It's sticky. It's not coming down to target. It's still 3.7% at core, which is
weird.
more than it should be. Or you could
Let me
say,
see. Let me
if
go
you look
see
at the
what's going on with
3-month core
the trade idea
PCE, it's
scanner
about
real
what 2.5%. It has come down sharply,
Right.
and I wonder, and inside the Fed, how they're going to look at this data.
I think what I would add to that conversation is, again, this continued expectation that the consumer will slow here with the student debt loan payments. Really, real disposable income, actually, when you adjust for inflation, is negative. So that's something. And also the idea of savings running down. I think they want to watch and see, now that you've had this really sharp
don't know
increase
why
in interest rates
recently
that
I
hasn't
have
necessarily
been
played
getting
out through the economy. I think the Fed's going to let it take it month
Like
by
these
month or meeting
wicks.
by meeting. And look, if they need to do more, they will do more. They've made that clear. I just don't think they're in a hurry.
It's so weird. I have no idea why I'm getting these weird wicks. Unless, do you guys have it on Tesla?
CBX, Chevron CEO on
Let's
their
see
call
here.
says expects higher dividend fourth quarter. That's Charlie Victor X-ray, CBX.
Oh man. The only thing I could suggest, guys, is like J.P. Morgan and stuff. That was one of the big ones today that I think gave you the biggest opportunity. I just don't see anything that's giving you continuation, unless you guys see something. I've looked at the China sector. Baba's kind of just pulling back into yesterday's close. Let's see. And we looked at the SPY. Let's see.
I have is 05 for Zandy for Q4.
All right, give me 1 second. I just don't see anything that's got. I just got the scanner up, so I want to see here what's on the scanners. So, but again, at least we got football. At least we got football, right? Got that to look forward to. No, that's right. All right, so RDS. Let's see. It's gonna be one of those days, man. It's gonna be one of those days. It's Friday. The market's moved all week. There was a ton of opportunity out there. You know, sometimes you gotta.
VR Mobility getting a small pop.
I don't even see like tickers like SLM. Like what? Sallie Mae? Did they report earnings or something? I mean, is this all banks? Is it just because of the banking sector? Right, like look at Bank of America. That's a bull flag if I've ever seen one. WFC, Wells Fargo, same thing. KRE, not too bad. Let's go look at let's go look at a cheat sheet. Go look at that cheat sheet. Adobe. Let's go see what Adobe's on. So energy is red, guys. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Microsoft's still running, guys. What's something you guys want to do? If there's anybody here, what would you guys like to do? What's something we could do? I'm just curiosity. If you guys want to play a game, you guys want to go over charts, you guys want to do nothing, that's fine with me. Play a game. Wonder if I should. Never mind. All right.
It's not necessarily the level of bond yields I'm so concerned about, because if that is followed through by better earnings, fine, I'll take it, right? What I am concerned about is the bond volatility, right? It's the movement, it's the speed of the move. Because in fact, if I tell you an equity risk premium, right? If I tell you that you've got to, I know for sure, I come from the future, and I know for sure the bond yield is 5% over the next 12 months. Fine, you'll take it. But if I tell you it's somewhere between 0 and 10%, what are you going to do? You're going to say, I need a higher earnings yield to compensate for that bigger uncertainty. And that's more what I worry about. I'm more worried about the volatility in rates rather than really the level.
Yeah, and I think the markets agree with you there. They're wishing for some more calm here.
Here I am talking in the mic that it's not on. I was talking about Microsoft. Microsoft can keep climbing, guys. Just keep your eye on the overall markets. And Microsoft looks like it has room. Now I'm not going to be able to get in because I was a bit late on that. That really sucks. That really sucks. 348 was the target. Or 338 is the target right here. I like, came in. See if you get a pullback at this level. Let's see if we can get long at 335.
MRBK, Meridian Corporation, reporting earnings.
Wow.
35 cents. That's Michael Romeo Bravo Kilo.
But one of the rockets did make it through. The IDF says that there have been 8,000 rockets fired at Tel Aviv since the start of the war.
Yeah, Benjamin Netanyahu just tweeting out the intelligence that they say they have.
I mean, Microsoft is still at these highs that
The estimate was 38 cents.
Jay Gray from Tel Aviv. Still to come
with a nice double bottom here.
what that company is calling a challenging U.S. market. CEO joins us next with the stock down
Right?
10% this year.
Look at that. Boom. Boom. And it looks like it's coming into resistance too, though. Microsoft is coming into resistance. But what a nice double bottom it has. Just like that baddie I seen at the mall. Nice double bottom.
And the Pentagon spokesperson speaking to MSNBC says we do not want to enter conflict and we hope that attacks to our forces and Syria will stop.
I think if you don't have anything on, you got to hang it up. That's my opinion. There's those helicopters again, man. There is something really going on. There's something really going on out there. They've been flying around since 5 o'clock this morning.
NetCredit is here to say yes, even when other lenders won't. Apply online in minutes and get funds deposited the next business day or sooner. NetCredit. Credit to the people.
Alrighty. Let's see if I can find us something here. I just missed that Microsoft play. That's brutal. So we are getting some things moving up there. VD called this one out for us. AMD.
Still above where it trades right now, about 109 at the moment. They admit there's more
That's a nice setup. Boom. Doing the Batman. Boom. Boom. Let's see.
stock is down more than 25% for the year.
It's become kind of a battleground.
Dude, Microsoft, you're kidding me, bro. Like, really? That's insane. That's ridiculous. Like, tell somebody you're going to do something like that. Amazon, same thing. I just think Amazon goes higher. I think you got room up to 131. It reported last night, right?
Maybe that's not a good gauge. Sticking with the consumer, Columbia falling this morning after missing third quarter revenue. They did cite some strength in China and growth in its direct-to-consumer business, but lowered guidance for the full year, saying that macro headwinds could mean a bigger slowdown in some areas. Joining us here first on CNBC for an interview is Columbia Sportswear CEO Tim Boyle. It's good to have you, Tim. What are you seeing from the consumer right now?
Well, it depends on where in the world you're talking about. So the Chinese consumer.
That damn helicopter still.
And just so you are aware on the BOJ, there's an article in Nikkei, again has been touted up before, Nikkei just noting that the BOJ is likely to raise its CPI outlook for fiscal year 2024 to the 2% growth range when its policy setting board doesn't meet next week, moving closer to its goal of stable and sustainable price increases. It's just an article there posted by Nikkei Asia Review. Doesn't appear to post any sources or anything, just more of a preview before the event. And again, this has been touted that before, but again, BOJ likely to raise its consumer price index outlook for fiscal year 2024 to the 2% growth range.
That would be nice if we could get a nice bounce back to JP Morgan and somehow get back up there, but I doubt we will. I'm going to look for 15-minute time frame, see if we have anything here. We're just, they've taken that trade away from us pre-market. It is what it is. You sat below the 200-day moving average, now it's flushing. We could probably get a second entry here, but you just have to understand you might not have much momentum or liquidity. So if you get short or buy puts in their dailies and you only have an afternoon, you know, and it doesn't move, you could be in trouble. So just wait, be patient. News could come out at any time. Just because it's Friday doesn't mean, you know, something couldn't happen. I've seen it plenty of times where there's nothing going on and bang, we got news, and it's like, oh shit. So
And again, did hear this earlier from Chevron. They're just noting, rather repeating, that they do expect to reach about 150,000 barrels per day in Venezuela by year end. But that would be compared to the 130,000 barrels per day now.
I'm probably going to call it a day if I get into anything. I mean, I'll come back on at like 2 o'clock. If I find anything, I'll post it in the chat. I might be on at 2 o'clock. Don't expect me to be here, but if something happens, you know. So, I'll see you all this weekend or Monday. You guys have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys on the flip side. Have a good one.